Now, speaking of critics, we also have to mention the legendary Raging Ball period, right? Before any of these YouTube Muppets that are doing it now, such as Jake Paul.
Yeah.
In 2006 already, you challenged some of your fiercest critics to a boxing match, and I believe you also easily defeated them all.
Teach the critics a lesson?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Can you walk us through what led you to this original idea?
Yeah, that was really because when Blood Rain came, the reviews were the same, like Alone in the Dark or House of the Dead, and I felt these are totally different films. I mean, why? What the fuck? I mean, what should I make? Why is Blood Rain not better as Underworld or whatever? You know, like, I mean, because I felt it was better. So, and that was the thing. It was like, and I had really big stars in Blood Rain. I don't think there was a bigger cast on any video game based film, you know, as in Blood Rain at that time. Ben Kingsley, Cristiano Loco, Michelle Rodriguez, Billy Zane, Geraldine Chaplin, Meatloaf. So, and then I felt, okay, guys, if you want to destroy me in the ring. Let's fight. Let's do a real fight. So I did that.
Respect.
Yeah. So exactly. And then you will see how reality will hit you, right? In form of my fists. So, and it was
Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I played handball always, and my father was actually German. By Leverkusen, they were German champions in handball. So I come from a handball family. But then when I was like 16, 17, I went to boxing additional and boxed for like 12, 13 years and really boxed like in a real top club. You know, we had Dariusz Michalczewski, who was later the Tiger, like the world champion in professional boxing, or Felix Sturm, who was later also world champion. So we had very good trainers, very good, let's say, sparrings and so on. So I know I cannot like get easy defeated by people they never boxed. So it was clear for me that I'm not in a big risk that I get totally destroyed by 4 film critics, you know. So that was also the reason I felt, okay, let's do four guys.
That's amazing.
During one night, like boxing 4 guys in a row.
Just mash up all of them in the same evening.
Yeah. And the thing was also like, I didn't really know how they were looking like. That was different to what you normally, how tall they are, how heavy they are. I didn't really care. So they applied, and then they wrote negative things about me. What was the main point for the application? And then we said, okay, you guys come up to Vancouver, and then we do a whole night of real fighting. Had a big arena. There was 1,000 people came. And paid money to see that, and it was like, so I prepped because I was like, I don't want to lose, so I want to make sure I have also the cardio, the condition to beat 4 people up. Yeah, because it costs it costs energy to beat 4 people up if they can box or not. It's like, so it's not so easy to knock them down. So so that is what we did, and I really talked to them later, and I think most of them turned more friendly to me after, in a way. And some directors like Ron Howard, he said about it, he said, I wished sometimes I could do this. And
right, of course, who doesn't?
Directors have disappointing past with some critics, right? So, and yeah, but that was basically it. And then, of course, everybody came. Can you come to our film festival and box? And I did another boxing fight in Spain. I did another boxing fight in Texas. But then I said, so now it's enough. Like I said, that it's not the point now that I'm like what you just said, like a influencer going I want to go with my films to a film festival and not an invitation because I'm boxing people. So yeah, but that was also kind of similar to the video game films, also pre-YouTube influencer time. I did exactly that, what they're doing now, right? With all that celebrity matches and all the stuff they're doing. Yeah, but I mean, it was for me. It was fun. It was kind of satisfying, and I don't regret it at all.
You lived the fantasy of everyone who was ever done injustice to by a critic. Be honest, did you feel like a Mike Tyson in there when you're knocking these guys about a little bit?
Yeah, no, I cannot compare myself. I've actually met Mike Tyson, right? I mean, maybe you saw the photo. I met him at a film festival in Kazakhstan, and there he was
Oh
already
wow.
fired, and he was a vegetarian, right? So he turned total vegetarian when he was in jail, and it was amazing to see that his height is like my height, and you think that guy like killed everybody in the ring. I still think when he was on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
peak, he would everybody who's right now world champion would have no chance against him, no chance. And he told me, like, I asked him about it, and I said, "Look, why you were boxing bigger guys, taller guys, heavier guys, but you always had the hard hand in. Like this guys went down, like." And he said he had two assets. He said he really could see their hands, like he had very good reactions, right? He could see the hands so that he didn't get exactly hit on a knockout point or whatever, that he get only hit here. But then, and he was very accurate. And he said he had the same power left or right. And not a lot of people have that, right? That he was always standing like a pit bull in front of the people. He was not really like Muhammad Ali or everybody with the left jab and then comes with a hard hand. He was just standing right there, and he knows whatever, if I get him with the left or the right, it's lights out. And that is what he did, right? So he was standing so stable, and that is why I loved him on his peak. He was absolutely undefeatable. It was unbelievable. We'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And
Terrifying.
yes,
Also when he entered the ring,
yeah,
his song, usually people have like a song, I don't know what that's called.
yeah, yeah,
Entrance song, I believe it's
yeah.
called. And he just had like one note. It was so
Yes,
scary and
like
terrifing.
yeah, like dum,
Yeah, just like bird, like some sort of humming,
and I will never forget when HBO went out of boxing. What was the biggest mistake HBO ever did? The last HBO boxing, they showed like highlights of like 40 years, 50 years, Ali Frazier, right? And you can say from and Tyson took 3 minutes of the 20 minutes. Everybody from HBO said, and then he came. Like when he entered the heavyweight thing, it was like only comparable to like Muhammad Ali. I mean, I think they're definitely the two most famous fighters in the history of this sport is Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. I mean, you have maybe Floyd Mayweather made more money and was more successful, but it's different. That was history what you were watching, right? So where you say like that will never happen again. And that is what I
exactly.
loved. And I loved my time with him. We talked for hours and hours because I was at that festival with Max Schmeling, with my boxing film about Max Schmeling. And of course, he knew everything about boxing history. So he watched the whole film with me, side by side in the movie theater. And then the next day was the Mike Tyson docu about him. And I watched the whole thing with him, right? So, and that was a great experience for me as a box fan. And especially if you see like a guy of my size, like 1 meter 76, killed the 2 meters guys in the ring. They had no chance. They were like dead. Unbelievable, So
Oi! Thank you for listening to the episode. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe and follow on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. As always, eternal glory and gratitude to my producers who are supporting this show on Patreon, the kings and queens, Gordan, Jurechuk, Lorenzo, Veronica, Mila, Carmen, and Taichi. Without you, this pod would not have been possible at all. If you'd like to become a certified Tovarish or Tovarishica of the show too, head to Patreon, find Smart Cookies podcast on there, and become one. It's as simple as that. Thank you.